He is attacking and playing kind of like Coop, and he's fit really well next to Coop, and then it seems like he does well with one big. Well, he already got one of those in AD. So, there's just like trading AD in particular is such a committal decision that that is going to dictate how the next 5 to 10 years of Mavs basketball goes, really, depending on what you get back for him. And doing that without knowing totally what you're working with in Coop is just, it's very rash to me. Whether it's a deconstructive trade or you're trading AD for some sort of configuration where you're getting a star back, you have no idea if that's going to fit with Coop because you don't know what you're dealing with in Coop yet. So it's just like, I'm just not in a rush to do anything today.
You're still trying to figure out whether or not you want to see Anthony Davis play alongside Cooper Flagg and Kyrie Irving once he returns as well. I know a lot of folks have been jumping on mentions about the idea the Mavericks should take the Thunder approach to find a way to not only get younger, acquire assets, build slowly, and then when you have the guy, which we believe we have here in Cooper Flagg now, you start to see what the young cores of this group looks like. And also, you got to evaluate Derek Lively and his potential future as well, whether or not he could come back healthy and be on the floor for long stretches of time to be a part of a young future for the Mavericks as well. Ken also saying, look, this is going to take time, 3 to 5 years, because you're looking not only at Cooper Flagg's timeline and how you recalibrate that given the roster that you have, but also you're looking at teams like the Thunder, like the San Antonio Spurs we just saw in the NBA Cup final, who are building around young cores. Yes, obviously with San Antonio, they've got Victor Wembanyama, but they've also got talented young players like a Stephon Castle, now Dylan Harper as well has been added to the mix. So there's still some evaluation that has to be done, but the smoke will continue to be around this team as we get closer to the NBA trade deadline. The trade season is already open, and a number of players have already been in rumored conversations when it comes to whether or not teams around the league would want a Daniel Gafford and Anthony Davis, Klay Thompson, and others. So I think the decision will be presenting itself to the Mavericks given what the next 10, 12 games looks like after the Mavericks have played 27 games or 10 and 17 and got a stretch here where things could improve or continue to go what they've been looking like so far. And I think by the time it gets to the beginning of 2026, a decision could be presenting itself on what the direction would look like.
They need to get money off the books. Like, that's the number one thing.
It's not one thing.
Like, I'm prioritizing that over building around Coop. Your tax bill is huge next year. Mm-hmm. You're in the second apron, which is disgusting for a team that's probably not going to make the playoffs or maybe even the play-in this year. You cannot have that be the case. You have to allow yourself the opportunity and the flexibility and the agility to make moves once you do realize what you're working with in Coop, and once players become available. It seems like there's a lot of gridlock in the league right now. That might not be the case next year just because a lot of salaries coming off a lot of teams' books this year. So you want to be in the mix. What you don't want to do is be stuck on the sideline with nothing to work with, which is kind of how they are right now. But that's fine because there's no pressure to be good right now. You don't want to be in this situation 2 or 3 years from now whenever it's extension time for Coop. And if you haven't made the playoffs yet, things get a little awkward.
Let's take our first break here on the DLS Mavs podcast. When we come back, we welcome in our All-City NBA national reporter, Tim Cato. He'll be joining us next here on the DLS Mavs podcast.
Let's talk about game time. The Mavs don't play every single game at American Airlines Center. They hop all around the country. And if you want to follow them on the road, hey, maybe it's at a gym you've never been to before. You don't know what the sightlines are like. You don't know what's a good price, what's a bad price. You don't know where the best section is. You don't know where the visiting bench is. Well, you want to take the guesswork out of buying all of those tickets with Game Time with their all-in pricing. You know exactly what you're going to pay before you get to the checkout screen. It's also going to show you the best deals in every section in the arena, so you can know if you're paying a good price or if you're getting ripped off. They also give you a panoramic view from every single seat in the gym, so you know exactly what the view will be like, you know what you're going to be seeing. It's fantastic. There's going to be no surprises. So download Game Time today. Use promo code DLLS whenever you make your first purchase. You will save $20 off of those seats. Again, tap Ticket Go on Game Time. Use promo code DLLS. Gentlemen, what time is it?
Game time. And if you're a last minute shopper like me, we're just 8 days away from Christmas. I've got the perfect gift and the last minute shopping needs that you have, and it comes in the form of Aura Frames. With Aura Frames, you can upload unlimited photos and video. You can preload photos before it ships, and you also can personalize your gift by adding a message to it before it arrives for the perfect person in your life. In fact, you can share photos and videos effortlessly with Aura Frames straight from your phone all year long, and it comes with a beautiful gift box as well, so you don't have to go scrambling looking for a way to wrap up your Aura Frame, because Aura Frame will take care of that for you. In fact, you can't wrap together this, but you can definitely frame it. So for a limited time, save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver mat frames, named #1 by Wirecutter, by using promo code DLLS at checkout. That's auraframes.com, promo code DLLS. This deal is exclusive to our listeners, and they're selling out fast, so make sure you mention DLS Mass at checkout. And remember, terms and conditions apply with auraframes.com. We'll be dialing up the Steinline here, coming in about 13 minutes here on the DLS Mavs podcast. Appreciate you joining us here on DLS Sports. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Join the over 38,200 subscribers here already here at DLS Sports. Right now, we welcome in our All-City National NBA reporter. You can find him apparently in what's like a very sunny location.
He's glowing.
Yes, he is our guy, Tim Cato. Tim, what's going on?
I'm just well backlit. That's all there is to it.
You're well backlit?
Yeah.
Back is lit.
What are the vibes like in Club Cato today?
Well, we got a story published on all platforms about Basketball Reference. We can talk about that for a little bit. Mostly here to talk Mavs, who it's what a predicament this trade deadline is going to be for them. I was talking to somebody in the NBA who works for an office, and they were just like, this would be a messy compilation of competing interests and just kind of a awkward trade market for Anthony Davis if this was a full-time front office. And this is really a situation where the interim front office is being put in a position where they have to either double down on themselves and the vision that they think the team should be going, or they have to kind of adjust and hope that they are going in the same direction as, a full-time general manager would be. And then on top of that, Patrick Dumont, the governing owner, has to, take all of that information in and all of that, all of those motivations, and then decide whether he is going to greenlight, anything that they decide to do. And it's a very, very odd situation. The trade market, is not looking like it is going to be robust in the opening weeks. We'll see what happens by the time we get to February. But yeah, a lot of sympathy for even the podcasters, even DLLS, trying to figure out, okay, what is the right way for the Mavericks to go into the future? Because there are so many complications to it that it's hard to come up with like one specific answer that feels like this is the right path forward objectively without any doubt.
Interestingly enough, as you were discussing the future and the ideas of what will the Mavericks look like, and we'll talk about this more with Mark Stein a little bit later on our show as well. Jason Kidd and the Mavericks, who had practice today, says that Anthony Davis is questionable tomorrow with the left calf contusion. Brandon Williams is questionable as well with the right Achilles soreness that both of them missed the game against the Utah Jazz with. So the predicament not only is with the future, but obviously getting AD on the court for consistent stretches of time for even an evaluation to be had is an issue to even decide on what the potential in immediate future.
Yeah, and it's unfair. Like, him being on the court doesn't raise his value, but him being off of it probably does lower it the longer stretches he's unable to, just put a few games together at a time. It's a no-win situation. I promise you, everybody knows who Anthony Davis is. If he goes out there and dominates for 5, 6, 7 straight games, that just redeems his value to, what it's been over the past few months. Whereas him not playing, it doesn't even lower his value. It almost kind of makes him